would you rather pay cash for your house or get a loan? And let's say you have a $3 million, or let's say you have 3 million or 1 million saved, right?
Yeah.
Would you go broke in paying off a house? Like if you have a loan balance, right, of like $1 million or something, like would you go broke in paying off the loan of a house, or are you going to ride it out with the mortgage?
I know there's two trains of thought, but for me, I would pay the money and be debt free. Like when my mom was visited Xander, my mom had a little humble flex. She's like, "Yo, I had a mortgage payment in like 12 years." I was like, "That's not bad. That's a different level of freedom." I think everyone who is against that Dave Ramsey no debt thing, I got a little theory about y'all, but I ain't gonna say it this week. I'm gonna let y'all live to summer.
What's the theory?
Y'all scamming. Anybody who say debt, whether it's good debt, bad debt, I keep saying it. If they came to you at Investors and you was like, "Yo, man, I got a house for $5 million," you're like, "Yo, get on stage. I'll pay it off right now. I actually write the check and the check is clear." I'm like, "Oh boy," they'll take the check. They'll take the check. You shouldn't have said the shit about Tupac, yo. Let my boy live.
Nah,
also, back to your theory though. I do have a theory though. Record profits are at a high. The music industry got Spotify by the balls. I do think they're trying to take back the masters from all of our icons, though. They got Kanye out the way. Now Diddy. It's only a couple more doors you need to get the masters back from to control everything.
Suge locked up. Death Row
locked up. Like they got his catalog for nothing. So I'm with you on that part for sure. Like they're making their rounds trying to go collect the masters real quick. But I would definitely pay off the house so I can be debt free. Now we can have a conversation if you want to. The Keys brought up, do you ever fully own your home or not?
The landlord.
Good. Hey, you always gonna have somebody governing over you. But to not have that bill coming every month definitely takes a lot of pressure off for sure. What about you?
Well, you know what? I'm realizing something. You learn something every day. And I'm realizing that a lot of people go broke because of a house. This is something that I'm realizing, right? Yeah. Because you buy the house, you have the mortgage for the house, then you got to furnish the house and you got to do all kinds of landscaping and all that. Then it's the constant upkeep. There's the constant upkeep of the house, right? You got your electric bill, you got your gas bill, you got your cable bill, you got all these different things, right? Then you gotta cut the grass. Then things break over the course of time. Then you got to repair the sink. Then you got to repair the dryer. Then you have to pay property taxes. So the bigger the house, the bigger you can have thousands of dollars a month in utility bills if your house is big enough, right? You can have $50,000 a year in taxes if your house is big enough, right? You can have $20,000 a year in upkeep if your house is big enough, let alone the mortgage that you're paying, right? So now it's one of these things where two things happen. You lose opportunity costs because all of this money is just coming. It's like it's like $100,000 every single year that you're coming out, right? What's the opportunity cost that money was invested, right? From going down to zero, because this is money that you're just spending, as opposed to 100,000 invested, right? We talk about stocks. So now let's say over the course of 10 years, that's $1 million that you invested. That could easily be $2 million. That could easily be $2.5-3 million, right? As opposed to now that's zero. And anything could happen. Now your income starts to fluctuate. You go down. You still got to pay. You might try to sell your house. The house isn't selling on time. So now you're running through your savings. So now before you know it, you burn through savings. You burn through savings, and that's something I'm just coming to the realization. Like, oh, this is how they get you.
Yeah,
this is how they get you, right? They getting you
every angle.
They making you think that it's a status symbol. If you don't have a big enough house, then you feel inferior, right? So now you're trying to live up to the Joneses. And now you like, okay. And then it's like, before you know it, you are either broke, have less money than you thought you should have, living on very thin margins, or you could have had way more money. Like, let's say if you would have downsized, lived modestly, but just been super cash heavy,
all out of control, right? Yep.
Super cash heavy. Cash always going to be king. Super cash heavy, making moves. You got a deal comes up. You might not be liquid enough to do the deal if all your money's in your house.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So That's kind of a long-winded answer, but I just wanted to say that because, like I said, that's one of these realizations that I'm coming to realize, like, okay, the American dream is to, get this house and do that. But what if that's not really the dream? What if Kanye had this thing right? Remember when Kanye sold his house?
Kanye, Elon was.
Remember when Kanye sold his house, moved to the apartment? Before he had a backpack, he was like just moving around, backpacking, going to different, sleeping in his friends' houses and like that. Like, I'm like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah. Now, because if you think about, houses are still a banking product. That's the number one product in all the banks they want to sell you is the mortgage. Even like I remember when I was like 16, 17, like for landscaping, like I was like kicking my dad's rocks in front of his house. He's like, you know how much some fucking rocks cost? I'm like, I don't know, it rocks. No, 10 grand. I'm like, on rocks? So if you're out, like if you got some square footage, I've known some people that spend 20 grand on shrubbery.
That's a fact.
It's like, bro, it adds up fat.
No,
and this is the crazy part. You can't hide and say you don't have no money.
No, it adds. And then you get a pool, you got to clean the pool. So much shit, right? And then it's like, okay, now when Kanye moved into an apartment, okay. Business write-off, you can write it off on your taxes, right?
Sell the easy piles for $20 out the apartment. Fire, yes, Jules. Hey, mama, you should have kept your mouth closed. You do too much talking, yo. Gotta be quiet, silencio. You know what I mean?
Sometimes in life, you just gotta chill.
You gotta chill out. Yep.
And I know Jules. Shout out to her. Once again, I'll never rejoice in somebody else's downfall, but I think that it's a lesson that sometimes in life you gotta chill. You gotta chill.
Well, Shook, so you can't be all in the video. Like, yo, play your part. Like, even when people like, yo, where Ian at? Yo, I can't be everywhere y'all at, yo. Like, it's a moment for me to pop out, a moment for me to focus.
It's a fact.
Yo, where you at? Yeah, home. Yeah, like, even that, like, okay, now you got the home, you got the shrubs, you got the mortgage, cabinets. Now you got to travel. Now you got clothes. It's like, oh, we didn't do all this work to end up in the rapper cycle. I am cool.
That's a fact.
I'm cool.
And then you got your kids got to live a certain way. Then you got to send them to school. And then before you know it, the number one rule in life, as far as building wealth, is to keep your expenses low while your income increases. The gap in between your expenses and your income, that's the money that's what you call discretionary income. That's money that you can invest. That's just like 101. The problem is that most people, as they make more money, their expenses go up as well.
The lifestyle creep is real.
Very few people are going to keep their expenses at the same level while their income is going up crazy. Their expenses are going to go up crazy as their income goes up crazy. The problem with that is that you don't really have enough money to invest, to really, get out the game. You might have money to invest, but you don't have enough money to invest to get out the game. And God forbid your income goes down. Now you're in one of these cycles, right? So for all of the entrepreneurs, all the hustlers that's on the come up, that's something to consider. That's some game. That's some game for you that you can do what you want with, but just be cautious and be mindful, and don't feel like you have to live up to somebody else's expectations or impress somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, even for the first 4 years we did the show, or first 3.5, like I was in a 2-bedroom condo. People like, are you crazy? You can go get it. Then I was like, what is it? Just what I gotta pay? I pay this for the year in one trade. I am cool. I am straight. Keep the expenses low, and then you get to helping people. And you look back and be like, okay, what was all that for? Like for what? So yeah, to the gentleman who asked this question, you get $1 million, $3 million, get a house, pay it off, pay property taxes, get your furnishing, go to Restoration Hardware. They're gonna hit you over the head for 50, 60 grand easily.
At least.
Baby carriage, $3 grand. I'm like, y'all don't have regular baby carriages no more? No regular kids furniture? No, this is the almond wood from Lake Como, specially crafted by Margiela and Michelangelo. Fuck, all right.
Oh,
Christ.
People. These people some people in life never learn.
Yeah.
Never learn.